Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 32 of the Everything Motor Racing Podcast. I hope you've had a good week, I guess. I don't know, I always say that. It just seems a bit boring to say that every time, you know?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if people knew how much of a bastard he was in real life, you wouldn't be saying it.
True. I'm completely intolerable to be around. So this is going well.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
0 out of 10.
Yeah, well, that's what my ex-girlfriend said. 0 out of 10.
An attempt was made.
Yeah, tried
this is
and
episode
failed.
Savadori.
Hell yeah! We should start doing that where we do like the numbers each time.
There's a number every single episode at this point today. Like even
boy. Yeah, obviously next time will be Brad Binder.
Because this is episode Savadori, one of us is going to have to break our collarbone.
Yeah. It's ironic, actually, because I was watching the BT broadcast, and they said on Saturday, they were like, these airbags are amazing. The last time, I can't remember the last time a rider's broken their collarbone. Same session, Joe Roberts snapped his collarbone. A bit later, Savadori snaps his collarbone.
Oh, no.
Like, come on, man, commentator's curse, like.
I didn't know that, because I listened to the world feed, and I didn't realise that. Well, clearly it's all BT's fault.
Yeah, literally, it's all Gavin Emmett's fault.
Cancel Gav. Hashtag.
Yeah, cancel Gav. Nah, love Gav. He is like a
yeah, he's the only one who
treasure.
Made it worth listening to for me before I went world feed.
Yeah, I love Gavin. He's just wholesome. He's just a nice guy.
Yeah, literally, that's the word I'd use. He's like he's the big child inside all of us, isn't he?
Yeah. But oh my god, dude, we have got a hell of a lot of stuff to go over.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I think you know, in the annals of history, like when we look back at 2021, this is going to be the race we look back on and smile because so much happened. Like when Marquez gets his 10th title, we'll look back at this and think, oh, this is the race he came back.
Yeah, hey. And not only that, like everything else, like not even the racing, they got the ages being moved. You got Darryn Binder's move. Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's rare that Moto3 is the worst race of the year. Like.
Yeah, it was boring to say the least.
Well, I wouldn't say boring. It was just compared to the others.
I'm not bored, but I was a bit like, and then bloody Dorna took an hour to update their website with the results, and I was like, I hate this already. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was like it wasn't poor, but it was also like compared to the other two, it's very rare that you think, oh bloody hell, Moto3 was the worst.
But today, it was safe. Yeah. Isn't it? We didn't see any kamikaze moves. We didn't see any stupidness. We just saw clean, careful racing. Apart from, was it Foggia on Binder?
Yeah, but I mean, that's only what Darryn Binder would do to you. So you know, swings and
I was like, when he did that, I was like, mate, Binder's gonna remember that.
Oh yeah, like, you know, like in 5 years when Foggia's just about made it because he's clearly gonna be stuck in Moto3.
Yeah,
legit, but they're in World Superbikes.
I was like, oh my god, like what the hell's going on?
It was ballsy to put a move on Binder of all people when he was going for a championship. That's he's got a couple of cojones there for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely mad. Like I was like, Binder probably, you know, next time out when he's like fighting for the championship, he'll remember that.
Binder's like a fucking elephant, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's grey.
He's scary.
Yeah.
Darryn Binder is terrifying. He's
got a big trunk.
God. I don't want to know what you've been doing with Darryn Blimmin' Binder. But
how do you think he's got the ride?
Yeah, like I can't believe he's got that ride.
I can. But only because of the Petronas connection. If he rode for anyone else, that would never have happened.
Yeah, literally, but like
at the same time, you take what you get, you know.
Yeah, it's well, like obviously, I don't want to disrespect Darryn, but they exhausted all their options, and no one wanted them, and so
I think he still had other options. Like they could have gone Moto2. I don't think it's a case of, you know, like people are making out like Darryn Binder can't ride a bike, and that's not the case.
No, he's definitely worthy of a ride in Moto2.
Yeah, but MotoGP, well, the thing is, people were saying the same about Jack Miller, weren't they? And now, aside from, you know, sucking at actually staying on the bike lately, he's not awful, you know.
Thing is with Jack though, he was battling for a title in 2014, and he took. Like, I did the maths earlier. I can't remember off the top of the dome. But I think Binder's got 115 starts, 1 win, 6 podiums.
Yep.
Jack in the Moto3, because he did 3 125 wildcards. We won't class those because it's different machinery. Jack had 49 starts, had like 10 podiums and 6 wins or something like that. I can't remember off the top of the head. In half the starts, he's got way more results and. You can see why Jack was chosen, but Darryn, 7 seasons.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because Darryn's tall as hell. Like,
yeah, he is.
He's clearly done. He's like Ralph Fernandez. He's done with Moto3 at this point. He's gonna go nowhere staying in that class.
Yeah,
so get him up. But to MotoGP, but it does. Yeah. It also does scream of stopgap, and that's the problem.
Well, I wanted stop rack.
Yeah, stop gap for stop rack.
I wanted stop rack on it. I really wanted top rack on it, like so bad. And I think everybody listening will probably agree. Like he would be insane in MotoGP.
But unfortunately for all the top rack fans, it's not the way the cookie have crumbled.
I can hear. Sorry to stop. I can hear Jonathan Rea crying. I can hear him.
Yeah, that's what that noise was. It's Johnny Ray just kicking the fuck out of his doors in Northern Ireland.
Or his dog, that's why we keep hearing it barking.
Oh,
no. Like he is gonna hate that. Like,
yeah,
it gives him a challenge. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Jonathan Ray will be loving the challenge next year to go up again against him, but also be like, for God's sake, man,
another
just
year
go.
Dealing with this guy. That's
Let me win my title.
Time. Like, let's be honest, and another season against Top Rack, who enjoys rubbing up you. That's it's going to be a long ass season.
Well, the thing is, Alvaro Bautista will be back in the mix on the Ducati.
Oh yeah, but he's like 4 foot. He's a dwarf. You can just throw him.
Yeah, but he doesn't care, and he might knock him off. That's what John.
Yeah, imagine Top Rack fighting Alvaro. He punches soul out of his body.
It would be interesting.
Because Top Rack's a bit gangly and stuff. It's like someone compressed Bautista.
Yeah. Oh,
he's a stump, isn't he?
Yeah, he's short ass. Like, I'm interested. It's going to be interesting to see actually how 2022 World Superbike does unfold, because Andrea Locatelli is not going to take it lying down next year. Those P4s, mate, they're going to be P3s minimum, I think.
But they got to be, haven't they?
Yeah, for sure. I had another point in my head that I was thinking of that I can't remember now.
No, it's a surprise.
Yeah, my brain's just like a sieve.
No, it's look, at the end of the day, it's not an unsafe move, so to speak.
No, yeah,
it's
safe,
not
innit?
like, it's not like he's never ridden a bike before. Like,
who are we talking about? Top Rack or Darryn?
Darryn.
Oh, right, okay.
It's not like he's never ever ridden a bike before.
He's got a win in the class.
Yeah, he does have a win on what, let's be legit, inferior machinery to the KTM this year. If he was on a KTM,
he won on a.
Yeah, no,
KTM,
but I mean
mate.
is he's going to very much struggle to get on par with the KTMs this year aboard the Honda. So
right. Oh, right. Because
I think if
he won on a KTM,
KTM
and now he's on a Honda.
If he'd stayed KTM this year, I feel like he would have more wins.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, CIP team are a weird team. Like, they do well
Tobas
1 year,
won
and the
this
next
year.
year they're like, yeah. Wait, Tobas actually won. I thought he had just on the podium.
Podium this year. Sorry, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But
what the fuck?
Tobas podiumed it. You can't help but feel Binder would have another win at least this year.
It's an interesting one. Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see anyway. I think, I hope he does well. Don't get me wrong. And
it's hard to see how.
It seems so left field. Time. But again, the team spends so much time with him. They will have seen something. Razlan Razali is not an idiot.
Yeah, I said he's no mug. He knows what he's up to.
Yeah, and if Yamaha are hiring him as well, because he's on a Yamaha contract.
That's it. Yam get to see. Like,
yeah.
I've seen plenty of articles from various people saying, "Oh, it's not the right move, this, that, and the other." How would you know?
No one knows. That's the thing. Like, we can sit here all we like, and like when I did the article, and I criticised him a little bit and said, "Okay, is it the best move?" But the thing is, no one knows. Fabio Quartararo is the 2021 MotoGP World Champion. 3 years ago, everybody was sat around going, "Why the hell has he been hired? He's done nothing in Moto2 and Moto3, and now he's the world champion."
That's it. You just never know. Like it could just all come together at the end of the day, and nice top 6 or something. Suddenly, then boom, Yamaha think, "Ooh, this guy."
Thing is, he could be the diamond in the rough. He could be the guy who really is not being allowed to use his potential in Moto3, and he hops on a MotoGP bike, and suddenly he's doing an Enea Bastianini's.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, look at Fabio today. Like, we get on to, obviously people don't right now he's won the title, but like he didn't do shit in Moto3 and Moto2. He won 2 Chev titles at 13 years old and 14.
Yeah.
Came through, did the sweet square root of fuck all in the lower classes, and now he's MotoGP world champion. It's crazy. It's genuinely not as. You just never know.
Not as simple as it. It's weird though. Like, it does make me think, like, how many Moto2 riders could win MotoGP World Championships that we'll never know because they're never performed enough in Moto2s for us to be like, oh yeah, they'll go. This should be in MotoGP. Like, what if Xavi Vierge is in a parallel universe as a 6-time MotoGP champion by now because he stayed at Tech 3, got promoted to Tech 3, and then a Yamaha factory, and then
that's it exactly. Like it just takes one shit move. Look at Balder.
Yeah.
If he got up in his rich vein of 2018 form, who's to say he couldn't have clicked?
Yeah, because he was meant to go to Pramac, wasn't he?
Yeah. What I mean? It's and now look at him. He's like not entirely his fault. Like due to the fact he's riding the MV and that's not the best chassis. But like he's nowhere now.
It's crazy. Like the fall from grace for Balder, but it is interesting and. No one knows. We can all like make our predictions and stuff, but until he sits on that bike and competes a race, we have no idea how he'll fare. Like, and Fabio got 5th in qualifying on his debut.
Well,
bloody hell, man.
2 moves today that have been like this weekend that have been absolutely criticised, and you just don't know how it's going to do because look at Zonta, Van den Gorberg as well.
Yeah.
Signing for NTS on.
Finally, we can talk about it.
Yeah, I've been fucking dying to so long.
Yeah.
No, like he's been criticised left and right, but how do you know he's skipping Moto3 is not the best idea? Like, I don't think it's a bad idea skipping Moto3 entirely.
If you're tall enough and you're bad enough and you're but the thing is, like, why is he not doing TV Moto2?
That's my thoughts. I think it's a big old step. He's got enough talent to make it. Yeah. I just hope the NDS doesn't make him fall through the cracks.
I'm just glad he's got a 2-year deal.
Yes, me too, because if pressure's off first year. But I do think CV Moto2 would have been, the firm-in route. Decision.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's nothing wrong with Zonta riding a Moto2 bike. That's not the problem. It's the problem that there are, I would say, riders in Moto3 World Championship who deserve a Moto2 seat that haven't got one. And riders who can't get them, and then suddenly he hops in after a okay season in the Chev. Okay, yeah, he's done really well in the CIV on the Beyond, which is a 450 motocross engine and a Moto3 chassis. He's done really well. Like,
but with like obviously knowing what goes on behind the scenes with Zonta as well, like what he's done in this season with the resources he's had, he's been very, very good.
A lot of people obviously only see what's on the surface, and we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, we know everything about him. But like, there's a lot of stuff that's happened behind the scenes with Zonta this year that you don't see.
Yeah, that's it. And it affect anyone. So to get where they are with that Honda right now, with the resources they've had and the setup they've had, which is a lot worse than what they've been promised, I think he's more than capable of adapting. But I would definitely have looked to put him in CV for a year.
CV, like NTS have run in the CV before. It's not that they can't do it. And they can maybe run last year's bike or next year, obviously run this year's bike for him. So he can adapt, because if you chuck him into the sharp pit of the World Championship, a lot of the times they do sink. There is one, some Kiat Chantra, who went from Chev Moto3 to Moto2.
Yeah, and he had a wild card, didn't he, to Moto3?
And he's doing well. Like, he's Chantra, he's a decent rider,
I don't think it's a silly idea.
No.
Like, people, again, are only looking at the surface. Like if you look at the standings, he's 17th.
You
know, on paper, it's a crazy move, but the reality
if you don't know anything about
is
him,
a lot different.
Yeah. But I want to move on a little bit, because to something we don't agree on. The new age limits. So, to obviously confirm to people who aren't 100% sure on these new limits, let me get the post up because I'm so totally prepared. There we go. So, as of 2023, the World Championship Moto 3 and Moto 2 age limit will be 18 plus. The European, British, Northern, Asia Talent Cups plus Moto 3 categories will be 13 plus. The Rebel Rookies, 14 plus. The FIM CV Moto 3 is 15 plus with 32 rider grids. World Supersport 300, 16 plus with 32 rider grids. And World Supersport 600 is 18 plus.
If you are complaining about the grid sizes, then you are pretty much you're not going to be anywhere near the front. If you're going to make it, it's not going to affect you. Simple as. But I do agree with the age limits, as long as what they've done is correct in that they've taken it all the way down the MotoGP ladder, down to the European Talent Cup and British Talent Cup ages. Because if they had left those at like 12, there would have been a big gap. But now you're basically just coming through the ranks slightly later, which I'm okay with, as long as you have somewhere to go in the interim, which some riders don't, and that's going to be the problem. They're going to have to create an interim class.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. I mean, like, I've got a thing here that actually says that as 2023, the Chev Moto 3 will be 16 plus, and then the rookies at 15 plus, Talent Cups at 14 plus. So next year it'd be like, I don't know how it works. There's like so much conflicting data, but they need to have something in between there, because there's a lot of Chev Moto 3 riders who are 14 and 15, hone their craft and do really well to the point where they are ready at 16 to step on the world stage and do well. Pedro Acosta is a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Fabio Quartararo, great example.
Yes.
You can go back through history and look at these names. Danny Pedrosa, Jorge Lorenzo, Marc Marquez, Scott Redding, Chan Onsu. There's more that have basically gone to the world stage under 18 and done well.
But, and the big but, is they are all pretty special.
Yeah.
Whereas your average guy who could perhaps come through with okay results is not going to be doing that stuff at that age.
No, which is okay. And like, again, to bolster your argument, there are riders who have come in later and done well. Two I can pick off the top of my head would be Xavier Artigas, who did do a wild card at 16 and got a podium. But Raul Fernandez came in 18, and now look at him, he's battling for the Moto2 World Championship. So there is an argument in favour for what you say, but there is the issue of, if you're making riders do 2 extra years in the support classes when they're having to pay 250 grand a year plus for their seats, Dorna need to do something about that, because you will see. Hold on, don't go me off there. You will see a lot of riders and careers end. Like, I have spoken to some riders who race in this Chev at the moment who have said to me, they're like, I'm not going to be able to afford the next few years unless I find a sponsor or unless I do this. And literally, one of them I won't name is actually like genuinely sat there like, I don't know if I can carry on racing, because they were expecting to move into the World Championship in 23 and now they can't because they'll be 17. Yes, results will obviously dictate that, and there will be dispensations where you can join at 17 if you win the rookies, the Chev, etc., but there will be, for example, with British riders who really don't get the support and sponsors they need, it will mean Dorna need to step in a bit more and apply some more funding, I think.
Yes, but the thing with that is, like, you're right, it completely fucks people who are currently racing. But of course, going forward, like say 2027, 2028, there's going to be kids who have come through. It'll level itself out because they won't need those extra 2 years.
Yeah, because
it is
it'll have
going to
already been in the system.
completely and utterly fuck up some people for 2023 and 2024. Like,
Yeah,
but
really bad.
It's a short-term loss for a long-term gain, I think, is how they're looking at it.
Yeah, the thing is, my issue is the fact that it's not actually fixing the problem. Like, yes, it means that we're not getting kids dying, which is fantastic. The last thing we want is, these young kids losing their lives on the racetrack. But the issues with the bikes and the close racing, it's not with how old they are. The raising the age gap means that it's not weighing on the conscience of the people who run the sport and the investors' minds of, oh, a kid's died. Why am I putting my money into this? Why am I working with this? It takes the pressure off of people at the top backs.
I think the problem we've got more than anything is they had to do something. And you can't just completely overhaul an entire series down to the feeder.
No.
Like, you just can't do it. It's not possible. But something had to be done because we lost 3 riders this year, all in the lower classes. Something had to be done. So I think it's a very good start, but it ain't the solution.
It's not the solution any way, shape, or form. And see, I'm against it in the way that there needs to be dispensations and there needs to be money for riders who can't afford it and may lose their careers over it. Because at the end of the day, it's all about promoting talent, but this will stop some riders. And when you've got exemplary riders, say like Fermin Aldeguer and stuff, there are some issues because there will be a rider that will come in and at 15, 16, they are well and truly ready for the World Championship and they have to wait. So, but then there are riders who, like we've seen proven today, who people go, they're ready for the World Championship, and then they've gone out and proven that they're not. David Alonso, I don't want to disrespect him too much. He's 15 years old. He's the Red Bull Rookies champion. And but today he proved that...
1 point, what was it, 1 minute 20 off?
1 minute 30 off, yeah. He was the Red Bull Rookies champion and finished dead last, 1 minute 30 seconds off the race winner and 45 seconds off Vaggi just ahead of him. And then Vaggi was 20 seconds off the rider ahead of him. So it does prove that there needs to be... that at 15 he is too young. And yes, he could have the dispensation to race in the championship next year. But he's not ready, and that's where I do think that maybe he needs a year or maybe 2 in the Chev to just learn the craft, because he's tiny. He had to have 14 kilograms added to his bike, I believe.
Yeah, he's short as hell, and
he's a mini
he's a kid.
he's literally a kid. He's tiny, which is why he rode rookies, because there's no weight or limits for that. So because he's tiny, he's got an extra 6 HP on the street.
Yeah, and aside from that, there's only 1 brake on the rookie's bike. Much less with the brake on.
Yeah, so he's got the advantage there. That's not to say he's not very good, because he's got the podium on his debut.
Absolutely fucking excellent.
He's a freaking great. I did a bloody article on the website about him. So
yeah, he's not bad.
No, he's class. And there are riders who are a bit older. It's good, to be fair.
I'm still a little bit salty that Ogden didn't get the.
Oh, mate, I'm pissed Ogden didn't get it. Ogden should have had it. Out of everybody, Ogden should have had it.
I think if he wasn't going to a Honda next year, he would have had it. That's this is one of those times when politics come in and fucks it.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm still very, very salty that he didn't get the shot, but
yeah, he did deserve. Scott deserves it, 100%.
Oh, 100%. He's won a race in CV, had podiums. David's had 1 podium, but he's staying with the squad next year.
Rookies champ, though, innit? There's a little bit of whoa, we got to promote our rookies, which I get. I do get. Don't get me wrong, but again, as a Brit and as a fan,
not even about as a Brit, as a fan of motor racing.
Yeah,
it should have been Scott or Otola.
Well, the thing is, Scott's going to be racing that championship next year.
Yeah,
and Alonso's not. So it doesn't make sense to put a rider who's not going to race in the championship next year in when there's a rider sat there who is going to race in the championship next year.
I wanted it to be Scott, but I think Otola would have made sense. Because
Otola would have made a hell of a lot of sense.
He's racing the MTA KTM next year. Whereas, at least the mitigating factor for Scott is that he's on a Honda next year. So you sort of think, okay, you sort of understand it. You don't want the current KTM being ridden by a guy who's going to fuck off to Honda next year.
Yeah, of course.
But Otola made way more sense because he'll stay on a KTM.
Yeah, exactly. He's and He was on the podium here recently.
Yeah.
When he raced against Kelso and all that.
Yeah, that's it. Or even Joel himself would have been a good,
Oh, Joel would have been sick.
Yeah, especially as he's...
No, can't say that.
No, right.
Can't say that. I know what you're going to say. Can't say that.
No, that's right. You can cut it anyway. But Joel would have been an excellent idea. It's just anybody... They were more deserving... Again, if we come back to more deserving riders. But obviously, Aspar wanted to see where he was on the big stage, and they've got their answer now and realised there's more to be done.
Yeah, and the thing is, they were a bit screwed over as well because their main man, Danny Holgado, was racing for Tech 3 as well.
It would have been Holgado, wouldn't it? Let's be real.
100%. It would have always been Holgado, but then obviously Onsu got banned, so the Tech 3 squad called in a 2022 rider, and his helmet looked banging.
Yeah, exactly what I was just about to say. His lid was fucking flame.
His suit was nice, with the orange shoulder pads as well. He wears Furgican. It looked cool. I've never seen that before.
Yeah. The entire thing was fantastic.
And he did well. I think he was 18th, something like that.
Yeah, it's a bear pit at the end of the day. It's very difficult to just come in and slap people about
That's rare riders do, although if it was at Valencia, it'd be a different story.
Yeah. Valencia's a weird one, isn't it? It's the go-karting track.
Yeah, so you always get this weird results from the wild cards from the Chev. Yeah, where did he finish? He was 20th, which is, again, it's not too bad, to be fair, on his debut.
That would have been 10th in Valencia.
Yeah. I mean, I've been people in Valencia.
Yeah. Just cross the line, I'm the best.
Yeah,
My sister loves it.
Oh, God, don't say that. Oh, wait, we have talked about it on the podcast, I think, haven't we?
Yeah.
The most incestual thing you've ever seen.
It's weird as shit.
A bit like Paul Scholes and his daughter. For anyone who doesn't know,
he nibbles his toes.
He nibbles his daughter's toes.
Why would you? Is it worth being labelled one of the best midfielders of all time if it means that's the shit you do in your spare time? I don't think it is. I'd rather just be anonymous.
He's got a 5-star week foot. He's good with both feet, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's fucking wrong, though, isn't it?
Ranted. Going for her Instagram though, to go on a weird tangent, mate. It is weird, some of the stuff on there.
I as soon as I saw the toe nibbling, I was out. I quit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go into detail on her Instagram, but oh my god, it's strange, man. Yeah. And he comments on all the photos heart eye emojis and you look so good and fire emojis. It's it's your daughter, mate.
I think he just thinks he's being an encouraging dad when the reality is it's fucking fruity.
It's weird, man.
Oh, those were just
yeah.
Oh, that genuinely has made me puke in my mouth a bit just thinking about it.
Pretty ranted. Sorry about that. But yes. So going back to this age debate, I think it is it's good and bad. I think
it helps the start, innit? That's the thing.
It helps riders.
Yeah, it's the finish. The finish is what's gonna matter most. This is the first corner.
Thing
we
is,
still need to complete the lap,
Yeah, because it's not gonna stop any riders dying. It's just gonna increase the ages. But
I think
it does help riders
you mature. But as we've seen with Alcoba and Onshu, they don't mature that fucking quick.
I was gonna say Alcoba and Onshu, they're not under 18. They're
20.
Well, they're both 18. Well, Onsu's 18. And, so what's to say Onsu wouldn't have done that?
Yeah, that's it. It's, I think it is just a theory that most riders will mature and not be such fucking cocks, for want of a better word.
Yeah.
Because, I don't think there's a Moto3 rider this season who hasn't been a cock at some point.
Yeah, they've all been a bit fruity. Some of them a bit more silly than others, but they'll make mistakes at the end of the day. But it's when you see the experienced riders who should know better doing stupid stuff that you're like, what are you doing, man?
Even now, if Pedro Acosta makes a mistake and the title closes up, you just think, he's a fucking rookie. Shit happens. Whereas if you seen a guy who's been in the class for 5 years leading the title and then makes a mistake, you're more inclined to think, well, fuck me, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's when they made just stupid, silly stuff, when Guevara pulled out in front of
But I didn't see anything wrong with that. He was not on the racing line.
Well, I didn't see the actual footage. I just saw the
picture
crying about
is very much a fitting narrative, shall we say.
Oh, fair enough.
He was not on the racing line. He came out and went, deliberately avoided the racing line. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. Like, if you're crying about that, then you just hate Moto3. Get a grip. Simple as.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with it. Like, he made sure to avoid others on the racing line after coming back onto the track. Like, is that not what you're supposed to do?
I haven't seen the actual footage video of it, so I can't really comment. But
when you see the actual footage of it, you'll see that the picture is a frame of narrative, shall we say, to fit his opinion. When the reality is, it didn't go down that way.
That's fair. I'll withdraw any comment from that because I don't know fully. But so I want to move on.
Okay.
I don't know what to.
The fucking nuts weekend we've had, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe the fact that Fabio Quartararo is world champion.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really to see here. Just, the first ever French world champion.
Oh, yeah.
First time on a full factory yam, doing what many others could not. I mean, but yeah, nothing to see here, really. Just...
No. Just absolutely been on fire. Well, the thing is, we all know the reason why Fabio won the title. Because Cal Crutchlow is a test rider. That's why.
Well, I was going to say, actually, it's because obviously Tom helps him and Michelin, all the theories.
Oh, yeah. Some Michelin special deliveries. That's what it was.
Yeah, Tom's paying everybody to go slower.
Imagine being Tom, though. Like, he must have such a sick life, Tom. Like,
yeah, he's got the best life out there. He got the better life than the riders, He doesn't have to do fuck all in the training. He gets to live the life.
No pressure.
Gets to wake up next to Mathilde. Like, lucky bastard.
Jacob's crush.
Lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, he just travels the world, zero pressure. All you got to do is get.
All you got to do is give him a helmet and hold his umbrella. Like,
I know it's a sick
life.
I
mean, he does do a lot more than that. Let's be real. But
he's Fabio's right hand man and has been for a long time.
You can't stay a right hand man unless you make your rider better. So
he's Fabio's Uccio.
Yeah, what he does very, very well. So full credit to him. You get if that's where you need to go quick, then you can have 10 fucking Toms if you need them.
Clone Tom.
Yeah, if that's where you need to go quick, then more power to you. And he does very, very well at what he does. He's a lucky motherfucker. Yeah,
and Tom gets to go and meet all the footballers that Fabio meets and all that. I'm like, mate, you have such a good life. You have no idea.
Yeah, he's got all the Fabio and none of the training, haven't he?
Yeah, fair play to him. But yeah, onto the actual topic, Fabio, well done, mate. Both of us have been following his career for a long time now, and to see him come through the way he has, spectacular of him, and he deserved it last year and lost it for obvious reasons.
I wouldn't say that, because you can't. If you deserve a title, you win it, because it's
not really.
No,
because Remy and Raul Fernandez both deserve the Moto2 title, and only one's gonna win it.
Again, the one who's gonna win it will be the one who deserves it. For me, you can't accidentally not win a title.
So if Remy wins it, Raul doesn't deserve it despite winning 2 races with a broken hand.
That just says to me that Raul would not have had quite enough to win the title, and Remy did. Therefore, the winner would deserve it.
No,
Raul would be still very, very good. Don't get me wrong. And he deserves every race win he's had, but the season is the best rider over the course of 19 races. So to say he deserved it last year when he didn't win it, I can't back that.
Fair dues. But either way, he's been an extreme talent ever since he came onto the championship, battling with Marc Marquez as a rookie, and and he just cares as well. He's so enthusiastic. He's emotional about the sport. He was I was always wondering. I was like, what's he going to be like when he actually wins a title? And he was absolutely
in bits.
Just yeah, he was.
Do you know what he reminds me of?
Who?
In like giving a shit about everything. Simoncelli. Because Simoncelli just loved being a MotoGP rider and everything that came with it. Like, and I get the same vibe from Fabio that he's grateful to be there. And that for me is big. Like, you have to enjoy it.
Yeah, Fabio literally lives and breathes it. He enjoys the celebrity lifestyle as well, but he's a MotoGP rider and he knows what he's got.
I think he's put it all in. Like some riders, you get the feeling that they treat it like a job. Yeah. I don't think Fabio does that. I think he treats it as a privilege, and I think that's the good thing about him is he's never going to lose himself because he's still just thrilled to be a MotoGP rider. He knows how lucky he is.
Yeah, he's literally has everything he's ever worked for since he was a kid, and now he's realised that and he's achieved the goal. Maybe he'll retire. Imagine that. Imagine if he retires now.
I think he's going to do a Rossi and just stay as long as he can because he just fucking loves it.
Yeah, he does. He just really enjoys it.
That's what gets me the most about Fabio. Why I'm not going to say I'm a massive Fabio fan, but I appreciate how much he loves the sport and how much he loves the fact that he gets to do what millions of people would love to do.
Yeah, and the fans adore him as well.
Because they know that he's one of them more than a job, Like look at, just for example, look at Jorge Lorenzo. You always got the vibe that he was very, very good at it, but it was a job to him. It was a good privilege to have.
Yeah, because now he's not even bothered about going and riding now. Yeah. Now he doesn't care. He's just like...
He's done
and he says
job.
He'll never go back,
Yeah, he's done his job. He's earned his money. Now he reaps the rewards of that. Whereas for Fabio, racing is the reward. And that's why I like... it's good to see.
The same with Rossi and Marquez, I think. It's what separates the aliens, I think, a little bit. Yeah. And the top riders. Like, Lorenzo was obviously a top rider, but everything Lorenzo did when he was a rider was to be able to win championships. But it wasn't the same way Marquez and Rossi do it, if that makes sense.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat at the end of the day. But
yeah, like Rossi and Marquez do it for free. Like,
yeah, that's it. Whereas Jorge, you feel like if someone said, right, I am for free, but pay me money.
You're like, no.
Yeah.
Same with
Where's the contract,
Dovi. Like? It's a business for, say, Dovi as well. If it's not got enough money on it, then no.
Yeah, like it's not a bad thing. If that's the attitude you take and you can make your money and win titles, more power to you.
Fair play.
But you're never going to resonate with the fans as much as being one of them.
Yeah, and fair play to Fabio. I think he's definitely deserves it now. And it was sad to see him crumble last year, and this year he's not crumbled.
Yep.
He's
not an apple crumbled this year, is he? It's good.
Yeah. All the way.
I didn't see it finish in your mind.
No, I didn't.
Of all the places I thought he would sew it up, Misano ain't one of them.
No, I was like, is it next time? Because, well, I said in the last podcast, I was like, he's going to win the championship this weekend. And you said no.
Yeah, but for a couple of degrees temperature, I think it would have gone. But
yeah, because it was Bagnaya's race to lose, and like going into the weekend, it was always going to be Bagnaya's win. He does the training on the V4 around there quite a lot. He's rides R6s and stuff, and he's spent years riding around here with the VR46 Academy since he was a kid. He spends a lot of time at Misano. He lives down the road, and it's his circuit. It's his training ground. It's like Mark's Kota. Misano is Bagnaya's, and
but he went hard, which was a risk anyway in the cooler conditions. Temperature dropped. Suddenly, that front tyre might as well have been made of a block of ice.
And he was I think he was the only one who ran the front hard.
Him and Jack.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
And they both crashed at the same corner. That ain't a coincidence.
Yeah, front ender. And you'd be gutted for Ducati. From a 1-2 to that. It's devastating.
But it was a risk, and it almost paid off. But
it
just shows how sensitive a MotoGP bike is.
Oh, yeah.
When the conditions are not ideal, because a couple of degrees, if it's 45 degrees outside, makes no difference, But when it's like 15 degrees and going down, every degree matters. And especially with a hard tyre, you can't help but feel if Pecco had been on a medium, whether he would have been able to maintain that pace is another story. But I think...
Yeah, with the man chasing him.
Yeah. But if you can't help but feel, just for the sake of argument, if Pecco was in the exact same spot right there on a medium tyre, he wouldn't have gone down.
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess we'll never know.
To finish first you must finish.
Yeah, that's correct.
And Fabio finished. He almost didn't, thanks to Anea, but,
Right, moving on to the actual races today. And obviously starting with Moto3 with our predictions. Jacob went with Andrea Minho, who DNF'd, I think. Yeah, he did.
Like Brooke did it not.
Again.
I believe so, yeah. I didn't see him crash.
Jaume Masia, who you did get right, and Romano Fenati. I
didn't go Fudge.
I got 2 or 3. I went with Foggia, Acosta, and Sasaki.
Sasaki was a bold claim.
Yeah, I was feeling brave with Sasaki. I don't know where he finished. I think he was like... Where is it?
Top 10, wasn't
he? 8th, yeah. Not too bad.
Yeah, Sasaki all over. Like, not quite ready to get to the top, but not awful.
Not bad. He gets the odd podium, so... Yeah. But yeah, it was a pretty good race. Bloody Foggia and his heroics. So they 14th to 1st in a race that was pretty split apart. Like at one point, he was 1.6 seconds behind Binder and made that up in 2 laps.
I think the thing is, though, the group split because he split it. I think if he had, say, started at the front, I think we would have had much more of a group, but he splintered it by cutting through. And they just couldn't live with him getting through, which is fair enough.
But like when he was making his way through is what I mean, like, because he was 10th and the gap to Binder in 9th was 1.6 seconds. And he made that in like 2 laps. It's crazy.
It was like he was playing on easy mode, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was just on fire today and really impressive. It's like a champion's ride today, I think. And he's just proven he wants it. But now we go to Portimao, there's a 21-point gap. Acosta only has to beat him by 4 points.
We know how good he is around Portimao as well.
Both of them
podium. Yeah, he's podium both times they've been there.
Yeah.
He knows his way around the place.
But Acosta does as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it was not a CV track, I'd fancy Dennis's chances.
Yeah, he knows that place very well. He won earlier this year there, so and he knows he can win the title. All he has to do, literally, he has to finish first, Foggia finishes second, he's champion. If
or other way round. If Foggia wins, he only needs second.
Yeah, so I think if Foggia wins and Acosta's second, then it's a 20-point gap. Oh, yeah, so then, Acosta would be champion. But then if Acosta finishes second and Foggia's like third, Acosta's still champion. So it's quite tight. I don't know the different permutations as you go down, but it's quite tight now. I think we'll see Acosta
still in
crowned.
Pedro's court.
Yeah, I think we'll see him crowned champion next time out, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but
at
the same time, Foggia's on absolute flame at the minute.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he's as precise as his eyebrows at the minute.
Yeah, and his beard, but he's just on fire. He's had I think 6 or 7 podiums now in a row.
Yeah, the record continues.
Yeah, 2 rounds to go. He either gets a podium or he scores 0.
He better not fuck it up in Valencia now.
He probably will. I can guarantee you.
Just
he
to
will.
piss everybody off, he'll come on 4th or something.
Yeah, well, he had 4th at Sachsenring and then was promoted thanks to Okada, thankfully.
Yeah. But, as on paper, the record still stands, and that's the terrifying part.
Yeah, it's quite a funny record. I still don't know why the hell he's in Moto3 next year.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wants to continue. He's only 20 at the end of the day, but
he's been around forever, hasn't he? That's the thing.
Just seems like a strange move to do another Moto3 year, even though he's quite clearly like a champion. But then Bastianini did the same, and
it's not like he's in Supersport 300, is it?
No, there's still progression for Moto2 there quite easily anyway. So
if he wins the title next year, he's 21 with options to go to Moto2. It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not at the end of the day. So he's definitely there's more in him, and It was a decent race though. It was gutted for Guevara, but he did really well to come home in 12th after crashing out of like third.
If Granny had plum, she'd grandpa, wouldn't she? But if he'd stayed on, I think he would have been able to compete for the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's
but
a big shame because he was really doing really well, to be fair. And yeah,
I'm going to call it now. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's going to be a title contender next year.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. He just needs to be more consistent and stop crashing out of podium positions.
But that's experience coming, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, he knows the tracks now. He's going to have learned them all. The overseas tracks next year, if we go, they might fuck him a bit, but maybe not.
Well, if Acosta can win at Qatar, then that's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's it. Today's talent will shine, and it has shone lately with Guevara.
Yeah. That's true.
I honestly think he's been the most consistent rookie. Like, Pedro's been amazing and will deserve the title, but he's been up and down a bit lately.
Well, Guevara's been a lot more up and down, to be fair.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, but you're biased, so of course.
No, as in like he's maintained the same places the entire weekend he's been.
Mm-hmm.
If like that's where I'm getting at. Like when he starts, he tends to finish. Whereas like Pedro will be like 10th, 31st, 1st in 3 sessions. Like,
where did he qualify? Wasn't it?
He was down the order, wasn't he?
So, he qualified 4th.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, so he did all right, to be fair.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like, he was up there in the free practices, up there in qualifying, up there in the race.
Yeah, he did all right.
Whereas if he qualified 12th, he probably would have been in the battle for 12th. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get his qualifying on point, and he'll be a real force.
Yeah, sure. He's going to be quite good next year. I'm really excited to see him, do what he does best. But yeah, it's a good race at the end of the day. Always enjoy Moto3.
It's a shame we haven't got Sergio Garcia in it to
Garcia was such a good addition to that race, I think.
Yeah, he would definitely have been competing near the front.
Yeah, well, he'd probably been at the front, to be fair. And now that he's missed his title, I'm glad he stayed in Moto3 for another year.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be... Whoa.
But he's going to find a landscape a bit different next year, I think. And that's... I think he's missed his boat, personally. I hope I'm wrong.
He's only 18. What do you mean?
Yeah. I think he's had his best Moto3 year, which is worrying.
I'll have to see
because now the talent coming through as well, as well as the talent going up and staying in Moto3. Like, he's still going to have to deal with Foggia. He's going to have to deal with a more resurgent Guevara. He's going to have to deal with Jaume Masia again, who's going to have learned lessons. I think he's missed his boat, and I hope I'm wrong, but
the cream always rises to the top. I think he'll do quite well. It'll be interesting regardless. I think Minyo's staying as well, so
yeah, that's it. It's going to be a tough old year to win next year. It's not going to be handed to you.
No, we're going to have to work for it.
Yeah, and I think this was the year for Garcia. I think if he should have won it and gone up, but Pedro Acosta happened.
I think a rider who's going to be really good as well, Stefano Nipa.
Yeah, on an MTA.
He's been on fire. Like, he was battling for a podium this weekend.
He led at one point.
Yeah, he did. Like,
I think that's the first time he's ever led a race, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been like second or third some races.
Imagine him now on the Aspar.
Whoa. Yeah.
He went on it a year too early.
Yeah, it's a strange one. His career, because he's a pay rider, not to disrespect him, but
no, you're right. He brings money,
and he raced for CIP. Then he raced for the Avintia squad, both back in the Chev and then the World Championship. It was a weird way. Finally whittled his way into Aspar last year. And then they booted him after 1 year because Guevara was looking so good. Then was it Bowen is doing really well. And then he's going to MTA next year, a really good team.
Yeah, MTA are not no disrespect to BOE, but they're not a C team.
No, MTA will be a very high B, I think.
Yeah, maybe even an A with who they have in that squad.
Yeah, all the money that the team have got and everything else. It's a really good team, to be fair.
Yeah, like they never could win a race next year.
Easy.
No joke.
Yeah, I would agree with that, to be fair.
Which is a far cry from his 16th and 17th last year. He looked solid as hell last year, and he was always thereabouts, hovering towards the lower end of the points. It just never came together for him. But this year,
he's super underrated, honestly. I'll say it until the cows come in. He's so underrated.
Both the BOE boys are.
I'm
gutted Ricardo Rossi's staying there, to be honest.
Yeah, because
he deserves a better seat.
He's not very good in the
people are bitching me and say, "Oh, all the Moto3 bikes are the same." That's true, but the teams ain't.
Teams, the way they're set up can make a difference. Like in Moto2, you can have two identical bikes, but if one's set up a little bit differently, it can be a difference between P1 and P25.
Yep, that's it. And like team members make the difference. You know, it ain't just one guy and one guy setting up the bike. And if they are sea level, your riding's going to be sea level.
Yeah, exactly. Which is a shame, but it's racing.
Shout out to Yamanaka as well.
Yeah, what was it? P11, really solid.
Yeah. I mean, finally.
Yeah.
It's a couple of solid races in a row.
Yeah.
He's over the injury.
Finally.
Yeah. And is not retained next year.
No, where's he going next year?
He's not.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's got a seat.
No.
Poor
bastard. Although Proust still haven't announced, have they?
No, they've not announced Tatai and what's his face, Artigas yet, but
they're waiting for the CF Moto link, isn't they?
Oh yeah, of course that needs to be announced first. But
so maybe it'll be Yamanaka and Artigas, but as it stands, he's not rumoured to have a seat.
Well, there's a few teams coming in. I know the MT Foundation's coming in with, I'm assuming, what's his name? Guy finished 13th for Aragon.
That's fucking helpful.
That's helpful. The Chev rider, Malaysian.
Asman.
No, not Farad.
Asman.
Asman's going to go there, and I don't know who with, though.
Yeah, that's what's baffling me, because suddenly Billy Van Eerd must be kicking himself.
Yeah. And, what's his name? I think Adrian Fernandez might end up there.
Yeah, because now he's not going. But then again, IO haven't announced still, have they?
No, but because they're rumoured to get Holgado, but
but now Holgado's announced the Tech.
They're not Holgado, sorry, Moreira. Jesus Christ, I'm tired. Sorry.
Yeah, Moreira and Macia would be the likely options, but
Moreira.
I had Holgado there.
Yeah, same. But
we weren't far off. It was a Red Bull KTM team.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's he's riding for a seat.
Yeah,
if he hasn't already signed, and 11th is fucking solid. He was one behind Salaj.
Yeah, really good. Salaj dropped right back from the start, didn't he? He's qualified second.
I'm so glad to see him go up. He's another one. He's another Binder. He needs up.
Yeah, I mean, he got a podium on an R1 the other week.
Yeah, he's like 12 foot tall.
He's massive.
Poor bastard. He makes it look like an Ovale.
Yeah, he does.
It's outrageous. He needs up. If he'd been 2 foot shorter, he'd have been up there.
It's a big shame.
But you work with what you're given, and Moto2 and MotoGP is his future, provided he can make Moto2 work. Because again, another pay rider, really. He brings funds.
Yeah, he does. Brings a lot of money.
But he ain't gonna have his size working against him in Moto2.
Yeah.
Look what happened to Raul. He was winning Moto3 races, but it took him so long to figure out how to do it, being as told he was. There's not to say Salaj won't come in and slap people about,
Salaj, I think he'll do quite well in Moto2, genuinely.
Like the rookies going up next year are going to be possibly not as strong as this year, but not far off.
Okay. Right, moving on to Moto2.
Oh my fucking god!
That crash was horrific, wasn't it?
Yeah, I still don't know how he did it.
No, it just kind of.
I have my suspicions that I don't believe he even touched the brake personally.
It just kind of disappeared.
I genuinely don't believe he managed to touch that front brake before he went down. I think the transition off the throttle folded the front before he could even touch anything.
Well, I think
the puff of smoke was where the front end locked for me, and the tyre skidded.
Well, no, because the puff of smoke will be from where the front tyre locked up. I think he did touch his brake, but it just locked up instantly.
Because the telemetry, when they showed the onboard with the speed, I was looking at his speed, and it didn't go down before he was on sideways.
Maybe
it didn't go down at all.
Maybe,
not even a couple of Ks.
Maybe his throttle was stuck open. I don't know, because he did say sorry to the team and owned up to it as him being his mistake. So maybe he just literally grabbed the brake too hard and it just locked up.
I'd love to see a hand camera. We're never going to see it.
No.
But I'm of the opinion that I don't think he even braked. I think that the weight transfer between getting off the throttle and going for the brake, that millisecond folded the front and locked it, and that was the end of him. And that poor K-Lex.
Destroyed.
Yep, you ain't getting a receipt for that one, I can tell you.
And it's weird because I did an article about the title swinging from one way to the other with Remy and Raul, and
here we go. It's your fault.
We went into the race weekend with Remy leading the championship by 9 points. Then Raul was leading it by 10 points, and then it crashed, and now it's back to Remy with 18 points now.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it's all my fault. Sorry, Raul.
Yeah. But you fucked it. You should have done that afterwards, and when he won it, and said, "Oh yeah, it was all me."
Yeah, it's interesting to see with Moto2 though, because I don't know. I want both of them to win. That's the hard part. I can't pick who I want to win.
I'm not fussy personally. I just want good racing. I'm not the one who's, we all know I'm a Manzi fan. He ain't gonna fucking feature, is he? So I'm easy.
Yeah, it's just a bit for Remy's doing well, Raul's doing well. They both deserve to win. I'm gonna fucking say it. They both deserve to win the title, but obviously there's only one championship that can go. So pair of them they're working pretty hard. Raul just had some bad luck this year, but he's a rookie, so he can get away with it. But he's only got one shot because he goes to MotoGP next year.
Yep, that's it. And everything. What's the word I'm looking for? Everything smart says Remy. But you can't account for Raul's brilliance.
Head says Remy, heart says Raul.
Well, both say Remy for me. But what I mean is, the things Raul can do with that bike, not even Remy can do at some points.
Oh, he's unbelievable, Raul.
What Remy can do is consistently grind out top sevens.
Yeah, he's so
which
consistent.
Raul can't.
Yeah, because Raul gets a podium or bins it pretty much.
And both can do what the other can't. If you could merge them, you'd have the perfect Moto2 rider.
Oh, you'd win every race.
Yeah, Raul Gardner would fucking slap
that would be mental.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect record, probably.
Oh, easy. But Sam Lowes did really well today to take the victory. His first since Doha and his first podium since Jerez. Yeah,
it's not been Sam's year, has it?
No, he said it'd be his year, and he's just struggled, man.
Yeah, I think this was the first time in at least since the summer break where he's actually had something in the pocket after being passed by the IOs. And you could see it. I think even if Raul had stayed on, he wouldn't have won that race. Lowes had it today.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
When you've got it, you've got it.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping Lowes. To be fair, I say that. Remy, when Raul got past, he just disappeared up the road, but he was only led for a lap, so we didn't really get to see the end of it.
But the pace was untenable, wasn't it?
Yeah, Raul was just on fire, but Sam was still pretty on it, but he was making mistakes left, right, and centre behind Aaron Canet.
But he still had it when it mattered.
Yeah, but
I think this was one of those situations where the only thing that could have stopped Sam Lowes would have been an engine failure. Otherwise, he would have won regardless.
Well, you say that, but 2 more laps and Augusto Fernandez would have been right on his tail. Alpha Augusto was on fire.
Again, though, I think he had it in the pocket, if that makes sense.
Nah,
I don't think he was 100% towards the end for that. I think he could have gone a couple of tenths quicker if he needed to.
It's definitely not in his pocket, mate. He was nearly crashing every corner.
That's just Sam, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Sam could be at 40% and still look like he's going to crash every corner.
Augusto, mate, he was 18th at the end of the second lap, and then finished the race in second.
But he fucked himself.
Yeah, he did. But what I'm saying is, he had the pace to victory. I think today, Augusto, sorry, 2 more laps, and Augusto would have taken that home 100%.
Catching someone and passing someone's 2 different things, though. That's the thing.
Augusto's so aggressive though. Like,
yeah, he's a. I wouldn't want to see a pitbull and see a Fernandez behind me, put it that way.
I wouldn't want to see either of the Fernandez. Both of them are freaking terrifying.
Yeah, like Augusto, you know he's gonna stuff it into you.
Yeah, for sure.
And whether you both come out is up to you, not him.
Yeah, and bloody Aaron Canet running that fuel out of the last corner.
Oh, I would be fucking furious.
Oh, I'd be so
like
mad.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
I thought he was having a go at Augusto at first. And
I was like,
why? What happened? And then I realised, oh, no, hang on. He stopped. Like, it's obviously something wrong. And then it sort of made sense. Nice to see the Dickie Bow back out there.
It was a moustache one.
Mustachio a question. Hey!
But that was sick. I really like that one. But
yeah, so we need to see more of him.
Yeah, Aaron Canet's just a cool guy. He's just a character, isn't he? But I really like Aaron.
What I mean is we need to see more of him, as in he needs more podiums.
Oh yeah, well,
someone as good as him needs more podiums.
More podiums mean more bow ties, so I'm happy with that.
But Kalex next year.
I
have reservations, shall we say?
Mm.
Because that speed up seemed made for him, and it's not always the answer, as we've seen.
No, that's true. But he's with Jorge Navarro, so both of them could bounce off each other with after doing speed up for a few years.
That's it. That's what I was about to say. They can definitely benefit each other.
Yeah, 100%. It's a solid squad upon team when Stefano Manzi's not riding for it. So
I'm sorry, you came sixth today.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not really great.
Do you know his teammate Garzo? That's his 9th race crash this year.
Crazy, isn't it?
That's fucking ridiculous. Someone as good as Garzo shouldn't be doing that.
You can't stay on. I mean, neither can 9 people today in Moto2, but
but
Jesus.
Even when people end crashing, Garzo is.
Yeah, he's like, hey, look, Mom, look at this, no hands.
Yeah, quite literally. That's what it feels like he's doing. He's just seeing how far he can lead it over before crashing, and then find out he can't do it.
Yeah. But the VR46 bikes look bloody good, apart from the Zecchis that ended up in the bloody...
Genuinely was nursing a chubby.
Yeah, so nice.
I was just doing my thing before the race, scrolling through social media, and I seen they just uploaded out of nowhere because it was just a pure shock. There was no clue whatsoever that was going to be busted out, and I was like, I just stopped. And I was like, oh, mama,
oh my god,
that is fucking like it's pissing me off now having special liveries because they're all nicer than the standard liveries,
and they always get crashed.
Yeah.
It's just really annoying.
It makes sense. Actually, it makes a change that Vietti didn't stack it after racing normal colours.
Yeah, Vietti.
Because the last 2 times he's done it in Moto3 and Moto2.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Bloody Vietti.
Vietti himself was actually really, really good this year.
Yeah, well, it's why they didn't do the colours for the warm-up.
Yeah. I think they learned their fucking lesson.
Yeah. But
Bez ruined one in the race, but I mean, Bez did well. Like
he was battling for 7th.
Yeah, but from the back of the grid.
From P28 or something stupid like that.
Yeah, like again, another one like Fernandez, he fucked himself.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Like of his means, but
Bez finished second last. Oh no, he didn't because there was 5 more people who weren't classified because of all the crashes. I don't know, but it was a bloody lot. Okay,
he didn't get in the points, and he ruined a beautiful livery. Bad times, Bez. Bad times.
But Vietti, I think he could be a title contender next year.
He's the real deal.
He is so good, Vietti, man. Like Rossi's going to have his bloody hands cut out for him next few years with him trying to fit him into MotoGP.
Well, I don't think it'll be fitting him into MotoGP. I think it'll be MotoGP fitting with him. He is fucking excellent. Like, terrifyingly good for what he does because he's come through quick. He burst onto the scene with a replacement ride after Buliga was an idiot and ruined his hand. Or was it his foot? One of them. Got a podium instantly and has just maintained a level of awesome since then.
Yeah,
he's not talked about enough yet, for me.
No, he's been a really outstanding rookie at the end of the day. He's not been obviously at the level of Agora and Fernandez with the consistency, but he's definitely been up there throughout the season. And yeah, like a P5 he got again earlier this year. He's qualifying quite well. He's just a really, really solid package. Someone's going to take that really weird, but
Ooh, I like Celestino Vietti. Sell his
he's
package.
got a nice
Ooh.
package.
Ooh,
Oh,
sell
yeah.
it, ooh.
But yeah, he's like really solid, and what can we say? He's just bloody beast mode.
He's just fantastic in the latest crop of awesome rookies at the end of the day, isn't he? Like this crop of rookies is worryingly good.
It's probably the best I've ever seen in this class, to be honest. Even like Arenas and all that is doing really well. Arenas is consistently doing well, getting points, which is all you can ask for a rookie.
That's it. They're all just excellent. It's scary, really.
Yeah, like really solid at the end of the day. And Fermin Aldeguer will come good. He came 16th today, qualified 10th, but 3-year deal, yeah. Bloody hell. It's a long deal.
It shows they believe in him, and they're going to be pissed off when he leaves after to go to a KX.
Yeah, but it gives them a nice little bonus when they've got to buy him out of contract. So.
Yeah, that's where it is. Boston Zero know they're losing him soon, and they want their shekels.
Yeah, they'll make some money out of a contract buyout, so they're fine with that, I think. But yeah, it was a really good race, Moto 2. I barely watched it because I was trying to sort out something to do with things. I was waiting on Dorna, but
Manzi was showing that he's got speed, but once again, it's the one ride of the year where he's fucking up there. But it's not. Finally, it's not enough to keep him in a job.
Yeah, I can't see him being in Moto 2 next year, honestly. But
unless he's with VR46, but that's going to be in Nicolo, isn't it?
That'll be confirmed in a few days, so we'll have to see about that one.
Unless he goes Mastercamp team. But
nah, that's Manu Gonzalez and Kenneth Kubo, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. That's the only thing is we think Gonzalez has that because Forward still haven't announced their second race.
Well, he was
I don't know if they hijacked the deal.
Manu Gonzalez was in the paddock this weekend, so
yeah, signing a deal clearly.
Yeah, so we'll have to see.
Or at least taking the pictures of the deal.
Yeah, he's probably already signed it. Yeah, but Remy did really well. To be fair, he bloody knocked off Chantra though.
That was a not on that move. Like
that was really bad.
You can argue as much as you want, but that move was not on. And people try to justify it just because he's Australian. Fuck me off, actually.
As people just find
it's just how Australians ride. No. Like, that's just how Remy rode that particular incident and misjudged it.
Yeah, he's making some mistakes at the plate. He's barely made any mistakes all year, and now he's just crashing a little bit. Pressure, yeah.
Pressure does things to a man.
Put it down. But moving
people
to
don't like our singing, so please don't.
Yeah. Moving to MotoGP, Marc Marquez is back.
Marc Marquez is finished, apparently.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, he's finished in first.
Yeah. So, all these people who've said, he's never going to win on a clockwise track, they're going to be crying into their VR46 mugs tonight, aren't they?
No, it's just going to be, they'll move the posts now. It'll be, now he needs to win on this track in the dry. He needs to do this on this, and that's it. But to go through our predictions, you put Bagnaia to win.
I was pretty good for it.
You jinxed it. Then Fabio and Miller, so you got 0. Well done.
Do you know what's really fucking annoying is all three of them were on for a podium at 1 point.
Yeah, they were.
I was almost right for all three of them. So annoying.
And then I got Bagnaia, Marquez, and Fabio. So I got Marquez. Let's go.
I nearly said Anea. I very nearly said him, but I thought, no, he can't do it again.
Not again.
And he fucking did it again.
What a bloody ride, man. That's
the ride of the day for me.
He is superb, man.
Yeah,
absolutely stunning.
And he's not getting a GP22. Let that sink in.
Like, that podium, you could not predict. Marc Marquez, Paul Espargaro, and Enea Bastianini.
You could have gone Marc and Enea based on last Misano, and it wouldn't have been silly. But Paul. Paul is just... If you said Paul Espargaro, you're his mother. Other than that, no fucker prepared for it. I don't think even a Leitch thought he would get a podium. Genuinely.
Yeah, he just did really well, and like a lot of riders didn't finish. If you go through the 7, didn't finish, but to win the race first, you must finish. And Paul, like, that's the thing. Like, he struggles with the Honda because he has no grip on the rear tire when it's warm. As soon as it's a bit colder, that rear tyre works so much better in the Honda, and Paul suddenly can ride it. Like we saw at Silverstone when he got pole position. And now here in second, it's the first Repsol Honda 1-2 since Aragon 2017.
Yep.
Which is mental.
Look out, Valencia.
You what?
Look out, Valencia.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be mad. And Portimao.
That's going to be
cold
fucking
there.
Baltic, Valencia.
It'd be cold at Portimao as well. Like, going to be interesting to see, I think.
I think Paul could genuinely win a race before the end of the season.
Oh, imagine that. He couldn't do a KTM, goes to Honda. Bang! There you
His
go.
press conference comments were controversial, shall we say.
Oh, yeah. What did he say again?
He said something along... I think it was sort of lost in translation, so to speak. But he was saying that he couldn't believe how far behind the Japanese factories were compared to KTM because they listened to COVID rules. And KTM didn't and worked flat out. Yeah, but I think what he meant was that KTM had a better base because Europe opened up later than Asia.
Yeah, because Asia was shut for a lot. It still is pretty much shut. Like they cancelled Suzuka 8 hours and all that. So
yeah, I think that's what he was hinting at. But the way he worded it is not good.
No.
And he basically said that Honda listened to the COVID rules and KTM didn't. Which may be true. Like, but you work with what you got, and it's hardly KTM's fault that Europe opened up earlier.
No, exactly. That's the thing. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because Honda got a 1-2 and Marquez is back. Marquez
KTM crashed on the bloody sighting lap.
Yeah, but Marquez is back. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, Marquez has been back since Aragon for me. But, because it's Marquez's track, nobody saw it. But the fact is, Aragon's physical.
Yeah. Aragon's an amazing track, but it's hard work. And then the fact that he went out and won Kota, which is such a physical track, I think he's back, to be honest.
Yeah. Sorry everybody else, but Marquez has returned. Look out.
Yeah, 2022 is going to be such an interesting season.
It's going to be the most competitive in recent memory for me, because Mark's never going to be 2019 Mark, as we said before, and that does bring others closer. Pecco, if he continues this vein of form, has to be up there. Fabio will be defending champion. We know what he can do. Suzuki will be back because they're already working on their 2022 bud. They've completely written off this year.
Yes.
And not to mention Paul could actually be up there as long as they figure out that Honda, because the Honda for 22 looks insane as well.
Yeah, it's like a weapon, that thing, isn't it?
And then not to mention Frankie Morbidelli will be at full strength.
Yeah.
That's just 5 people right there who could potentially win the title.
Oh yeah, fantastic. I'm really excited for it, to be honest. It's going to be a mental season. This season's not even finished yet. Yeah, and obviously Fabio champion as well. Champion's right, but Anea's overtake on the last corners. Oh my god, he was so aggressive, but he knew what was on the line and he knew he had to make it. And Fabio would have won the championship even if he crashed. So
yeah, like Anea just lived up to his beast name, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
that's the way to put it. He was finishing on that podium whether Fabio liked it or not.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way in hell Anea was going to pants that out. He was so fast, though. He, again, was like 17th or 18th on the opening lap and suddenly just made his way through, even through that horrific pack of like Rins, Espargaro, Zarco, Marini, and what's his face? Morbidelli are all scrapping out between themselves. He just absolutely just killed it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing, man. It's that the quality of that pack, fucking outrageous.
Yeah,
absolutely outrageous. And he sliced through them like they weren't even there on a GP19.
Yeah, like he just basically just cut through them all. And same with Fabio, he just made them all look like they were absolutely just stood still, to be honest. And I don't know, it's just Anea is just a beast. And yeah, it's Mazzano. We'll have to see him do it at another track, but he's looked really good when he came from back. If you put him at 18th, he'll finish first. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's really good at making his way through the pack.
Imagine if he qualified well.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine.
But he needs to make it happen, because fuck me, it's worrying actually that someone on a GP19 can absolutely smash someone around Misano in this current field and do it twice.
He beat Zarco, who finished on the GP22.
Let's not forget, a GP19 qualified on the front row as well.
Yeah, Luca Marini, like, what the hell?
It's fucking... It shouldn't be able to be done.
No, he shouldn't.
But Neneo's done it twice.
Fucking
round of applause to the man.
Yeah, it just shows his absolute class. Like, what a rider. I'm so excited to see what he can do next year with the Goscinny team as well.
Yeah, what a fairly current bike. I can't... After this, if Ducati don't give him a 22, someone needs to sit Tardozzi down and smack him.
Yeah, he deserves it, especially over Marini, but money always talks, unfortunately.
Well, give them both one. I mean, I don't see any issue in giving everybody current machinery.
No, well, it's the budget, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ducati. Oh, you can't quite afford to make another one. Oh, you just have to have one less wind tunnel. Oh.
It's just about the money in it, because they've got to lease the bikes from Ducati, and that's the reason why Frankie was on a bloody 2019 bike this year, because they couldn't afford to lease a current bike, another one, and Yamaha couldn't afford to make them and support it.
Whereas that's the thing, that's the crux of it with Yamaha, is they couldn't make more 21s. Whereas Ducati could.
They've got 8 bikes on the grid next year.
They could easily churn out 10, 15 bikes. They could supply the entire grid if they wanted to.
Turn it into Ducati Cup.
Yeah, like literally, if they wanted to, they could put everybody on a GP22 and still give everybody all the support they need. Ducati are huge. They're owned by Volkswagen, who they've got a couple of quid in the bank.
Just a bit.
Like, I don't see why you would need to give someone a GP21.
Yeah,
not at this point.
No, but Ducati. It's mad how many bikes they've got, and they're still not winning titles.
Well, that's because they're giving some of their better riders fucking 2-year-old machinery. Just saying. If you're serious about winning that title, give everybody current machinery and see what happens.
Eventually, someone surely has to do it.
Imagine if they are at a GP21 now, one that actually turns. Where the fuck he'd be?
He'd be definitely up there. He'd be doing a Jorge Martin, I think.
Because the 19 still didn't turn. Dovi had complaints about that since the cows come on.
Yeah, he did.
Whereas this year is the first year with those ground effect ducts that it actually fucking turns.
Yeah.
Imagine in the air on that, man.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah,
legitimately.
And Viñales, really impressive. A P8 from him. Really solid ride, to be fair.
Yeah.
Especially after Dean Berta Viñales losing his life, to come back and do that. Fair play for the man. I
put a post up about it and I said it's a glimmer. With the 2021 has probably been the worst season of Maverick Viñales' life.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So any small victory he's going to have to grab onto with both hands, and this is one of them.
Yeah,
one position behind the leash. Very consistent. Sure, he's tested at Misano. We've raced at Misano already. He still had to do it.
He still had to get on that bike and hop on and finish the race and not crash out like everybody else seemed to do. There was 7 riders: Bagnaia, Oliveira, Martin, Leckrona, Alex Marquez, Miller, Petrucci, and Mir crashing out. Well, Alex Marquez had a DNF through mechanical, so 6 riders crashed out.
That's rare, mind. A Honda blowing up.
Very rare, to be fair. Honda are normally bulletproof.
If there's one thing you know about Honda is they don't tend to explode often.
No, it's pretty rare.
I don't know what the hell he did.
No, over revved it maybe.
Yeah. Did he not have? Did he just forget to change gear or something?
Like Viñales.
What about the Petrux news that come out after the race?
Oh yeah, that he might be going to Moto America.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'd be happy for that.
I'd take it.
Yeah.
But then the Dakar dream.
No, both. You can do both. Because
he said the GP1 he can't.
Really? Because he was doing Dakar training this week.
Yeah, that's it. But then this obviously happened this weekend, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said the GP1 he can't do both.
Fuck.
Which I think, but he is trying to work something out. I think the Dakar will be his first option. If he can't do both, he stays Dakar for me, as opposed to if he can't do both, he goes to Moto America.
I'd love to see him in Dakar. It'd be so sick.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the bike blows up, he could probably just tuck it under his arm and walk with it, you know?
Yeah.
He's a big old unit.
Yeah,
he's like a gorilla, isn't he?
He's huge. Well, that's why his logo and all that is a gorilla, isn't it?
Yeah, like he quite literally is a gorilla. Like,
yeah.
Like if you've seen Petrucci throw in his poo, you'd think, gorilla things.
Yeah, and Rossi got 10th.
Yeah, good way to
Good ride from last place.
Yeah, like
with Binder as well in last.
Yeah, not awful at all. Like whoever got his helmet is rich now.
You're a
well,
legend.
Will be rich in a week when he listed on the Italian version of fucking eBay. But
yeah, whoever caught that helmet, man, I hope you cherish it. There's a photo of him I've seen, and he's holding the helmet, and he looks so proud. And I'm like, you are a hero.
Yeah, because he just realised he could pay his fucking mortgage.
Yeah, well, that helmet is one of one. You know,
that's 6 figures if to the right guy.
Oh, for sure. Everything. Well, if NFTs can sell for millions, that can sell for even more. His face in the photo I've got, he's just like, way.
Yeah, he looks very, very happy.
Yeah, he's so happy.
It's a good way to go out, isn't it? You know, he's never going to race on Italian soil again.
No, not in MotoGP anyway.
Yeah, like he's never going to race MotoGP like on Italian soil. So this is it. Like this was it.
Yeah,
and
the fans went mental.
Yeah, to get a top 10 on the last thing, like I think that's the best they can hope for.
100%. I was ashamed to hear all the boos though. Still,
they were speculating whether it was
Lorenzo.
At Jorge, but it turns out it was. I checked with someone in the stands, and it was for Marc, unfortunately.
Of course it was, because they can't get over 6 years ago.
Well, yeah, they can't get over the fact that he's going to beat Rossi's record. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's what worries him. Is he going to take 10?
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's very I was worried it may not have been possible after that injury, but right now,
yeah,
I see no reason he couldn't.
Yeah, hell yeah. Right,
egregious.
I think that's all we've got time for this time round.
Yeah, we better mention coke.
Oh yeah, cocaine. Yeah, get that one in at the end. Cocaine.
Yeah, just to keep it consistent, you know.
Yeah, we were always consistent. Unlike I'm not going to name that rider. Yeah, we're consistent.
I'm not going to name X.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a dig. I'm tired, but I'm not that tired. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast, and we will see you next weekend.
Yeah, later, guys.
Bye bye.